here. Wait, I'm waiting to. Oh. Okay, so I started the stream on the wrong profile, so that didn't work quite. But now this should work without any issues at this point. All the microphone pickup and everything should work now. I just had forgotten to switch profile. Okay, we need to get the password quickly. We don't have much time before qualifying starts. I did get the briefing at least. Their Discord is obnoxious designed. Frankly, I find it completely and utterly unacceptable how garbage it is. Okay, where's the password again? Oh, it is spelled this way. Can't you just, like everyone else, use lowercase for your passwords? And not uppercase, it's kind of obnoxious, but like... Now we're connecting. Now we're cooking with fire. 5 minutes of free practice remaining. Should I just drive instead of getting the rest of my overlay set up? I think that might make sense. Well, we set up the rest of my stream after we drive a bit, because I just need track experience at this point. And we're gonna miss 10 minutes of qualifying at the beginning, because we're an odd numbered car. I'm pretty sure I am, or am I even? What's my car number? Let's briefly check. Yeah, I'm 77. Good. I'm odd. Good. 62 liters. Now we need actually a full tank, likely. There's no real pit requirements here. So we can just run as long as we want to. Temperatures. I think that's in this territory to close the rear duct. Click. Otherwise, I don't see anything completely off kilter with the setup. Oh, come on. Right. Putting on the gloves right now. That is already the pit limit line. Come on. Yeah, I don't have a chat right now. If anybody's in chat, I'm sorry. I will check on chat in about 4 minutes. Then I have time. Okay, there's a lot of ABS chatter there. Don't like that. Oh, there's a bit of loose rear end. The McLaren in front of me is running away. Don't like that either. I have a real feeling that, like, what is the name of the track? Watkins Glen is just a track that I'm like stupidly good with any car that I drive. But yeah, that. And despite being 14th, he's still running me down hard right now, which is really not good. That's a really bad sign for me. Was that valid or is that non-valid? Don't know. Likely invalidated. Oh, don't have my overlay. It's a bit early on the brakes. That's definitely invalidated, I'm pretty sure. So goddamn slow. fucking horribly slow. What the hell is happening here? And yeah, I would have liked if these guys organized themselves properly and not set the Qualy time as their SimGrid listed time, which made it an entire arms race for me to be on time for even qualifying at all. It's just frustrating to deal with that people just can't run time slots that are sensible, honestly. That everybody in the mum wants to run like races at 6 PM. Like, who's home at 6 PM even? Especially during the week. And yeah, we're massively down on pace. And I don't quite know where the hell I'm supposed to gain all of the time. Come on. I'm losing even time. How am I 4 seconds off the pace? What is this car doing? Something isn't right. Like, I definitely should be a bit faster than 4 seconds off the pace. Like, a second or two, sure, that's normal. Like, I'm the highest rated, I think, driver in terms of SimGrid rating on this grid. Just how broken the system is. There's the entire community of half aliens that just completely obliterate me as soon as I dare to join their server. Pretty sure that's an invalidation. Wait a minute, that actually means my actual previous lap was not invalidated. Which is funny. Yeah, there's just... I don't know, I can find like a second more than this, but like I don't think more than that is really possible. We're so far down on pace. It's mind-boggling. This is really bad. Like, awful bad. Holy hell. Hello, can I just get my controllers? So. Yeah, first we need to get the overlay up finally. Let's see, has anybody arrived in charge? No, nobody. Huh. Well, value was lost there. Calibrate my model. At least my model is staying here. And the mouth move for working. So these systems have not completely left me in the dust tonight. God damn it, but the pace has completely left me. I mean, I was carrying full fuel, but like still, Jesus, this is way too much pace loss for that. I mean, that indicates something is horribly wrong. How slow I was. We can't really go down on the rear wing because we're already like over-rotating at times. I don't know where I'm losing time. I don't know what I need to do on the setup. Like, we're driving about as fast as we could. We had overpressure at the end. The problem is all my telemetry was lost because I was driving still while the flag came out, so I really love that problem in ACC. At least we can just clean it off my own stream. But we need to go down on the rear tires by like a full PSI. Front tires... half? I mean, we're not running on a full tank now, and it's gone a bit colder. Let's go 04 on fronts. And full, as I said, on the rears. Still, this thing just... Oh yeah, right, we can increase massively the cast on the front. Definitely gonna do that. Well, I don't know what else we're doing. But that's always a boon. And then, yeah, I'm really out of ideas of what I'm supposed to do to get this thing to prepared any amount of pace. Like that just was unacceptably slow for me. My car gets 14 kilograms less, which is the same that an M4 gets. Not much. Not much at all. Heck, the Vantage gets more weight reduction than me in the NSX. McLaren only gets 12 kilos extra. Would definitely do better with the McLaren. People still asking if how long the race is. There's another Honda driver actually, I've just noticed. The second Honda. Huh. Not the only one driving a Honda. One of the slowest. He didn't do time in practice though. Yeah, no laps done in practice. When the fastest people actually turned up last minute, 33.4. The benchmark and off. I'm just so far off pace, it's not even funny. Like, just to get into the top 10, I need to gain 2 seconds. Over 2 seconds. And frankly, that's where I belong. I don't belong outside of the top 10. Alright, now they're doing 34s. And yeah, I was running full fuel, so maybe I get, like, I get a full second probably out of just taking the fuel out of the car. So I just need to find another second then. To be at least with, 34s then. And these guys seem to have gotten actually slower running faster, funnily enough. But they still have 5 minutes remaining. They've just, I think, done their first flyer at this point. Even guys. How many odd numbered cars are there? Because there aren't that many lap times set yet. No. We have everything else trimmed in. Slightly, slowly improving now. Yeah, I think the fastest guys are up there right now in the session compared to free practice. And also probably I wasn't abusing the track limits enough. Yeah, O'Sullivan did do a 34.1 in practice. So this is roughly what he's doing right now. So Nick, was he in practice already up there? No, he was in. Yeah, he was there. Actually a bit slower in practice. Bit of gain there. But and there's roughly an even grid of even and odd numbers right now out. How many cars are we in total? 36. Man, there is 50 people signing up for an event and they turn up 35. Actually, there was 52. It's like, what is going on that so many people sign up for events that they don't turn up that for? And it's like, no wildcard can enter because the grid is full. So you can't even last minute, want to join this event. No, you can't because I'm only in here because I signed up like a few days ago at this point as a wildcard. And SimGrid is kind enough that if you are signed up even as a wildcard only, that it will just let you stay on the grid even if the grid becomes full, you can still stay as a wildcard entry. Right. Front is tightening up a bit. I mean, this is only half the grid as I said before already. Thing is, Friday is listed with a white number plate. And I'm with a... He's probably reserved list. He's probably off the reserve list, that's why he has a white number. Well, I'm in here with my non-reserve card number. Like I'm undercover here in between them with my wildcard entry. Number 97? Is that? Yeah, it's still before the time. How did people not get the memo? What the hell is he in general doing? Was he there in practice? Did he do laps in practice? I think he's not even on the list. But nah, he is. He joined late and didn't do anything. He pulls off finally. That's half out lap. Right, we're starting to get there. Even numbers only. Oh yeah, right, I'm not running brake pads type 1. You probably don't want to run them. I don't know, I think it's not a wise idea to run them for the race, but like... Sure, let's put them on for Qualy. So, what are you guys doing? Oh yeah, right, because there could be even still on a flying lap. That's why they're waiting. Oh, that makes so much sense, actually. I mean, I avoided it effectively by waiting on the light that is in the pit lane exit, but like the, well, slow lane exit, because there are 2 pit exit lights at this track. Jesus, that was a lot of understeer. Yeah, I think I'm suffering from a bit of understeer. Because a bit too understeer setup. At least for qualifying. I'm barely matching the McLaren, the Ferrari in front of me. McLaren Ferrari. I don't know if he's actually any good. Yeah, he actually gaps me even. Qualy is closing in. It's not good. It's not looking good at all. We're continuing to have just pace issues. That's fast in a straight line, I think. We can abuse the track limits a lot there. And how much time I just lost in the final sector. Yikes, 35 still. I need 34s. Low ones at that. It's a fucking disgrace. It's still in track limits? Wow. You can really abuse them there. The car starts understeering at the last phase of braking a bit. But yeah, we're just losing ground and ground and ground. 17th, this is so embarrassingly terrible. How horrifically bad I'm doing. Lost a bunch of time there because I overslowed. And overslowed again. The guy in front of me just lost his fast lap because of the back marker. Oh, for fucking sakes! At least my lap wasn't particularly that great.
Your lap time is invalidated. Please try to stay on the track.
Oh shit, there again. Missed the apex completely, lost a shit ton of time again. I need time, I need like half a second to a second. And I just can't get that out of the car. Oh. I need those alien setups for this car again, but it's just... The stock setups just are so shit. I mean, it's not like... But like, there's this magic piece missing. And I'm like... lacking right now. The car is just not gripping enough for me. I'm 20th now. Holy shit. This is awful. Dreadfully awful. Back to Bentley days sort of deal. Again, I downshift to third when I need fourth through that corner. Fucking brain. Work. So much understeer. And the fucking match. I don't need matches. 6/10 minimum. Let's fucking go. I think there's too much on throttle understeer. The turn-in is fine. It's sluggish, but fine. I think yeah, the turn-in has also issues, but like I don't want to move the brake bias any further backwards because we're already dealing with issues. The car not slowing down anymore properly. This is just not enough. I need the sub 34. 35 definitely. Could have taken a lot more speed there, but didn't. I'm really playing it with the track limits there. Barely an improvement at all. I'm barely climbing up to the fucking grid. This is such a horrifically terrible run here. I literally lost what I gained in terms of position. This is my last lap anyway, I think. Although, actually, I think we have time for another one. Yeah, we have time for another one. The brakes, they don't seem to quite work.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
It's just awful. I should be a second faster than I am. Car's just profoundly refusing to do it.
Your lap time is invalidated. Please try to stay on the track.
Come on, turn. Somehow this was slower out of the corner. First gear, please. Despite running a better line, I lost all the advantage I had gained earlier. Like, that's a margin of like... There's no margin whatsoever between me undershooting the corner and me overshooting the corner. It's just nothing. I try to adjust my braking slightly and it's just... It doesn't want to do it. 2/10 down. I need half a second up. Minimum. The car is just refusing to do that. I would have needed some of that 90-minute worth of practice before this race. Unfortunately, I was stuck at dinner and washing fucking dishes again. Actually, just drying them off, but like that still sunk a shit ton of time that I could have been easily used to running practice laps this race.
Session is now over.
20th. What an utter embarrassment. Actually, like 2/10s would have like easily got me a bunch of positions. But no, we're not getting that. We're not getting any of the fun stuff. We're not getting any fucking advantages of anything. The car just refuses to go any faster than it. It just doesn't bite into the road at all. How did the camber hit here, the car? The rear right has a bit much camber, and the rear left kind of also. So we were running a decent amount of toe in the rear. And more toe on the front. I think my tire pressures were fine. Yeah, Joe, I'm suffering greatly. 2.4 liters a lap, it says. So let's calculate this for a stint. Well, I mean, we're not gonna get sub 35. It refused to do that in qualifying, so I don't think we're gonna go any faster than that in the race. Right, but memory store, there's 2.4 hours times 6. There. Oh, well, I'm calculating. We can just divide this through my 2.42. That's about 49 laps. 49 times memory recall. That's 77 minutes. That should be enough for us to get to the halfway point and then finish off the race. What's the good news you have? I mean, at least if someone has the good news, that would be great. If I don't. Because my suffering has just massively increased due to me simply refusing to pick a good car. Okay. Thanks. A lot of overrun time right now. We have some positions to make up. I'm not settling for being outside the top 10. Where's actually the other NSX? Well, we're at least faster than him by like 2 seconds. So that's something. God, why am I losing so much ground? First sector, I'm down 7/10 in the first sector. Jeez. Oh, we have 2 mandatory pit stops. Oh, come on. This would have been a 1 stop easily for me. I mean, we need to take fuel, so... Was there fixed refueling time? Because if they do fixed refueling time, we will... kind of be fucked at that point, but like otherwise we can still run the strategy I want to run. Right. But what I did notice in qualifying, yeah, 7/10 in the first sector. Half a second in the middle sector, which is interesting considering it's a bit longer, that sector. And the final sector, I'm again half a second down. Nah, see, 7/10 nearly. It's also like pretty hefty. It's very interesting that I'm not that much slower in the middle. But like my first sector is just not good. Just not competitive, that first sector. Although you really notice some cars can't are about as even like P6 is about as fast as me in the first sector. But like he's half a second faster in the middle and like especially faster in the last one. Okay then. We don't have much in terms of formation lap. That's interesting. Temperatures have gone down, so we likely will just go up by 0.3, I think, on my tire pressures to compensate. Right. Apply pressures, 120 liters. If we need less because they have fixed refueling time, right? If they run fixed refueling time, then we will adjust over to pitting earlier. I will have a lot of fuel at the start then for nothing, but there is a point. Hopefully, should be. I mean, at least compared to me doing things, you're starting to plan relatively early. Like, it's 3 weeks before my birthday at this point. So, you're planning early. But I mean, depending on what you... I assume you're doing you're commissioning someone. Like, oh, this can times take longer. But, like, at least you didn't, like, just drop it too badly. Like, I would drop the ball usually and stuff like this. Boy. I mean, if it isn't fixed refueling, then if it's not fixed refueling, the strategy will be we will take the pit stop in the middle of the race, and then we do a splash and dash at the end, where we just take 1 liter and drive. So we are having only really 1 pit stop in this race, and the rest of the race is just us driving, which should save some ground. I'm prepared for once. That's a good sentence for once. Sure. I mean, I'm chronically underprepared with this race here, clearly. I'm well out of my depth. 20th. When I think I'm the highest SimGrid rating wise on this entire grid. Yeah, that's pain. that is truly pain, like just... yeah. Yeah, they're using the old recordings of the propaganda speeches to train voice synthesizers on it, which makes an interesting result because it's not just, you know, his voice, but also like the old microphone being emulated at the same time. There's some interesting stuff with AI voices you can do. I have tried my hand on using of voice changer. Yeah, A, I'm running an AMD graphics card, so it doesn't run well on Windows, and B, the bit funny issue is that it just didn't sound good. It's like you sound, especially if you use female voices, you sound like Chainsmoker usually. It doesn't turn out nice oftentimes. However, if you do
Go in double file.
Are you running VTC next season or still unsure? Still unsure. I was too late for dinner to risk asking such a risky question of rescheduling dinner every 2 weeks. That is just a bit too risky for me. God, is this chaotic? Why do we not have a full formation lap?
Green line. Go, go, go.
Like everywhere else.
Right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left.
Oh fuck! Yeah. What the hell was that Ferrari doing?
Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I feel like I'm competing against AI here, in terms of how much of how just unpredictable and all over the place everyone is. But I guess that comes from when you don't give people a freaking formation lap. I mean, it's one thing to do that with M2 Cup cars on Bathurst. It's another one to do that with GT3s at Misano. Oh god, there's BMW dying.
Three wide.
Oh fuck!
Clear on the right. Car on the left. Three
Luckily, we did escape without damage there. Only problem is we have someone by our side here who's just gonna get the position back.
wide. Car on the right.
And someone else who's sneaking by. Okay, fine. Just you two take each other hard.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Let's see, how much damage did we take? Less than a second so far. There was clearly a bunch of not held brakes there. So yeah, I do not know how the hell I just survived that. I mean... You did say that... when was it? When you were saying that I'm not Lichtening? My Lichten is broken. He's not Rennassing anymore. And yeah, this is definitely one of those nights. I mean, I might have escaped that accident, but we're like fucking terribly slow. I mean, it's easy, frankly, to forget all your brakes. Get that part. But it's like, man, it's very clear that one of the cars was not doing it. And rolled back further. Luckily, someone else ate a bunch of, I don't know, McLaren or Ferrari there. So I could get through. I could Team Iris M4. Yeah, I think we don't have actually an M4 livery at all. Although, I don't know if we're gonna use it for the 4 race. Because Loic has brought up wanting to use the M4 and then, like, he's put the Lambo on the entry list. Then, like, put the said, oh yeah, we're gonna use the M4. And, like, I don't even know what they're gonna use now for the second car. All I know is that he stole every other remaining driver effectively in the team to put a second entry in, while no one cared that I put out my entry. Like I announced, I was one of the first team at all to sign up for the event. I put up the announcement telling everyone, hey, we have this entry. No one cared. And like absolutely no one. And then Loic shows up, like, must have been like at least a few weeks later. Decided to enter another car, and then he is capable of just dragging all the other drivers up into that entry. Granted, it has turned out that, like, some of them aren't even interested, so he must have just shotgun signed them up. Like, oh yeah, I can sign you up, so like I'll just do it. I don't care if you can actually run or anything. I'll just sign you up anyway. Yeah, we're just not doing well here, or we should be doing 35s, and we're barely peaking onto the top 35s. I guess it's just awful pace-wise. Alright, going to bed, Andrena. Oh, as you usually use. Good night saying, and then you like stay around the entire stream. But yeah, we just are a sitting duck here tonight. I don't know why this car doesn't have pace. It's probably because I don't have alien setups like I used for the McLaren. And this car just doesn't perform quite well, even with the BOP. I mean, it doesn't give that much of actually weight reduction. The same amount, funnily enough, as the M4. And I'm pretty sure the M4 is just flat out more competitive than this car already. So yeah, fun stuff. Might be up to 14th, but it's just we are completely running off pace immediately again. I mean, we have a strategy of going long. So let's see how that works for us. I mean, I wanted to try. Come on. It's a bit sideways into turn 1. You're asking for the 4 race, Jordan? What date it is? That's the 27th and 28th. Funnily enough. Yeah, this is not fixed time refueling. Good. Perfect. My strategy works. Man, I just lost like 3/10 there on the braking. Could just slow. It's awful. I mean, at least I'm making these mistakes in like fun events here. Not part of V-Track or anything. Still allows me to commit to that one in case I commit to it with proper car. Yeah, it refuses to go to low 35s. And we have another race tonight, so... But yeah, washed is an understatement for me. And there was completely no stopping power there. Like, the car just completely slid over the front tires there. There's sometimes this issue where it's just... You either underslow or completely overshoot the corner because the brakes don't work. I don't quite get it. Yep, that's the 24 hours Varna. It's Spa, and we're currently entered with a Ferrari. And I still have to make a livery for that car. We have a setup already that's pretty good for it. And currently it's Chris and me in this car. But we would like you to, you know, last perhaps in more than one state. We don't want to drive 10 hours each again, if we can avoid it. Like, I'm getting times in the first sector and then just... The pace drops off in the last sector again. It just gets all lost. Like, I should not come under pressure at this stage of the race at all. Nope. Some nobodies are just beating me up on me. Brakes! Why the fuck do these brakes not work? That's the Beamer.
Slow car ahead.
Well, hello there. That's a thing. Yeah, there was a position. Will be very limited. Okay. Sure. We definitely need more drivers for it. But yeah, as I said, like has slightly cannibalized that entry before it even existed. Like he didn't tell me that he had entered another car. I had to figure that stuff out. And he just stole all the other good drivers on that one. Shoved it into his entry. I was like, bruh. Like, you would rip my head off if I pulled any of this stuff, dude. On you, but like... You can just do stuff like that and... Stab me pretty badly into the back here repeatedly. And I just have to be fine with it. I can put up events and say like, hey, is anyone interested in doing this? And I was like, no one. How the hell is this from track limits? Like that is just complete abuse of them. And now I completely undershoot the corner. What the fuck is this braking zone? And now this corner doesn't work properly either. You know, the experience I'm having right now in Iris with, except the being overruled by the Bloik part, him just deciding to, you know, steal all the drivers from me. Besides that part, the rest of the experience has been very much like I did have back in the day with Running Madness Racing. This is why I've been like the last nearly 2 years at this point hesitant to start up my own team. Because it's just... I have to recruit people with a shotgun pointed into their face. And be like, hey, you wanna race? Every single day come to, hey, you wanna race, hey, you wanna race, hey, you wanna race. And just randomly message like hundreds of people. To get like a few people. And they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They will likely not even turn up for the event they actually agree to arriving in. I mean, so bad it actually wasn't, but like... The reason why I gave up the running that team wasn't because it literally became me plus whoever else I could grab that week. The team. Like, no one wanted to commit to anything. I put up things like, hey, is anybody interested in this? There's like 15 people in there, like, no one cares. And it's like, thanks. Like, I just can't get this social momentum going. I just can't. No one gives a shit. And I've noticed there's an infamous incident in Iris where it's became very obvious that no one in there cares for what I say. It's like no one, not quite, but like... Well, like, I'm completely overlooked by the drivers, but me, despite me having in the ACC section actually management powers. And that was me announcing that World Sim Spot is hosting a 6-hour race at Spa. I'm like, hey, Spa, multi-class GT3s, GT4, who wants it? No one. Not absolutely nothing. There were like 2 messages afterwards that were unrelated to the event. So if you open the chat, you didn't immediately see that I posted something. Like 4 days later, grabs the same link that I had found and posts it into the channel. In the span of the next 3 hours, there were 50 messages of people being interested in the event and discussing it. It's like A, Loic missed that I had posted it already, and B, that he caused immediately a schism of like 50 people wanting to, not 50 people, but like a bunch of people being interested. In the end, the only team that ran was actually Jeff and me. Like, that fell also apart, so I got just... Like, there were plans smithed that day with like, oh hey, we can enter multiple Iris cars, and it's like, no, you can't really. You don't have the drivers for that. Like, we had them, but like, they after that, they never showed any interest in running this event ever again. It's just like, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time for me to happen. I mean, put into a similar situation. Oh, come on. Which is like this weird job of a team manager of just you constantly having to remind your drivers that, hey, you said you might want to do this. You actually want to do this, and you have to ask them this every single freaking day, basically. And you look at the end, still a muppet when you have to change lineups the last 5 minutes before the server goes live. Or even mid-race, because one of your drivers decided to vanish. And it's like... I don't need this stress in my life. Like, as much as, like, that situation looked very stupid for people ignoring me, like, in the end, a lot of people just ignored the event in general again. It's just they only cared because Loic posted about it. So they engaged with it. But they didn't actually, commit to it. And follow through driving in it. That means it's not like... I mean, Loic at least has the presence in Team Iris that, like, he can post something and people will show interest in it. Like the Williams esports event. I can't care about that because it's too sweat. Right, but like there were immediately people, because Loic posted about it, that were interested. And also my in general issue of just I have interests that just do not align with the entire sim racing community. I like late time slots. No one runs late time slots. Like, the amount of events that just run at like 1800 and I just want to strangulate some people for this shit. Right. But run like too early, too close to dinner, to like... and just not late enough in the evening for me to just properly run them. And the next best option is like the Americans at like 3 to 2 in the morning. Like 2 to like 4 in the morning, like bruh. Even for me that's a bit too insane. There's just no in between, which is, you know, understandable because there's a freaking Atlantic in between. Nobody lives there. In the in-between time zones, so... no one is interested in running events at those times of the day. I should have really relaxed in the winter break, but it's like it's made me even more like stressed somehow. I might need to seek therapy for... Because man, I'm flying off my hand pretty hard. Some way I'm less stressed right now because I'm not under immediate deadline threat constantly. But it's also like I didn't achieve anything that I wanted to achieve and everything. My software project barely got anywhere. Some that I wanted to do something for during the winter break and I didn't get to. The brakes on this car are still shit. I still haven't made the delivery that I wanted to make. It's just pain. Man, we're completely washed. Getting my ass handed to me in in V4H and then getting my ass handed here as well.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That was full position, I'm pretty sure. And the only reason why I'm actually as high up as I am right now is because the others are just too incompetent to drive around the circuit. Because it's not rocket science, this track. Like, really not. There's actually a lap car in front of us. Well, Team Morpho Racing. But I mean, even in Iris, when I had like Loic is taking care of like half of the team's concerns, then I'm like, and I'm still sitting on like the other half of the concerns. I still couldn't be bothered really to organize any further events. I wanted to do this like Nordschleife series that I posted about, but like I just didn't have the energy to bother enough people with it, and the grid is now full for it. As well as it collides with like V-Track completely. I guess we'll just wait for the 24-hour on that calendar and file a special entry for that one. Or for the 12-hour, you know. Either one is fine. Just not doing the full season, I guess. In general, I would like to do an endurance race, but then again, I also feel like I don't have the time, maybe, to do that. That I shouldn't commit to too much. I'm already committed to the... Committed, obviously, to track Alicia's Porsche series. I still need to make delivery. I'm committed to the... Oh, hello, Cal. Committed to the... What's it called again? Toga multi-class series. One defending the title and the other one avenging my title. And then I kind of really want to do V-Track. It still remains a thing I want to do, despite that it's such a pain in the ass with the scheduling. Hello, McLaren driver. Oh, thank you, car. Can I be honest with you? Okay, sure. Radeon is a bit unstable right now on throttle. Maybe I go up on the TC. But McLaren is guaranteed to make a dive this time around.
Clear on the left.
And he goes by. Oh, whatever. Yeah, that's nice to hear. As I said, I'm not... There's a reason why I'm like very much... I mainly outlined that I'm not too interested in setting up my own team for. Because I have experience of running a team and I do not want to do that again. I just lack the social skills. I can throw resources at I know that I can throw resources at people and be like, hey, here's all the information right here, you just... And they still don't do anything. They still don't care. It continues just like you could do everything you want to, and it's just... And it kind of makes you really feel insignificant. It's at times really hard to like realize that you have significance to other people. Like, I mean, in V-Track, I have been on Track EU. I have such a presence that, like, Polo gets PTSD when my name is mentioned. that's a funny clip. And I'm basically living rent-free at this point in his head. I mean, it's kind of this funny thing, like, I should perhaps run a team to improve my social skills, but then again, whatever I do, it never does anything, never improves anything, and I'm just stuck always at the same skill level. Everything I do, never improving anything. The only thing I can do is, like, learn a new thing, so I can, for, like, 3 hours improve at it, and then I peak immediately. And just can't improve from that point anymore. It's frustrating. Like, it's just... when mastery just continues to elude you. People just make a fucking fool out of you, like here. Like, he just drives away with his McLaren and I just can't do anything about it. Just not good enough. Just could help here with running if you want to. That'd be nice, but yeah. I shouldn't stir the flames between me and... because I do appreciate still being in Team Iris. As much as the relationship has grown distant at this point. All the good people still in there. Luke is also still a good guy, even though I've had my issues from time to time. I'm the reason why the relationship between us is a bit soured. Some comments I made. Of this. They caused severe frustration in me. That's why I shouldn't have said those things. I mean, I did have to ponder at some point actually leaving Iris because the entire situation where I tried to set up the Qualy livery for the 570S for the esports event. Yeah, that was a situation. Because, you know, being part of a team that calls you a PDF file, yeah, that's... it's not acceptable for either side, let's be real. It's not acceptable for them and not acceptable for me, so it's like... in the end, it was considered that I was just making a joke. Trusted still in me. Because Loic had briefly removed even my roles on Discord. So that was a bit of a fun one. And the entire situation was solved also. Till 8. How am I up to 11th, considering I lost the position to the McLaren? I guess maybe someone pitted already? I mean, even if you're doing 2 full stops, I feel like it's a bit early still for that strategy. Again, we're going for splash and dash. Let's see what the others are doing. Well, I'm going roughly the same pace as... at times I'm not that much slower than the beam in front, but he is slowly pulling away, so I guess on average he's faster. I don't know what times I was actually doing with the McLaren back in Trackalicious here. I know that I plateaued at some lap time. I couldn't get any faster than that. I remember that still, that was not funny. I mean, wouldn't be a surprise if I'm not particularly that great on the circuit. Wouldn't be in the slightest. suffered greatly here before. I mean, similarly, Hungaroring, I did only well with the Maserati there. Actually, in the KTM Crossbow I did also well, but like,
There's a slow car.
it was the only track the Crossbow was actually competitive on. It's a funny quirk. Well, Jadarati is long dead.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
That's not for position, that's a left car. It's only thirds. We're already lapping 23rd, man. Considering I started back there basically. Started 20th, I'm now up to 11th. That's okay, but like the only reason again why I'm here is because I'm, you know, not crashing. And not getting track cuts and just driving okay-ish in terms of consistency. As long as I don't have the pace or the good reputation. I mean, did they throw at us at some point, or did Alistair just leave? For the most part, no one cares. That's the thing. But yeah, I get the feeling always of when you're the slowest in some team, or like one of the slowest, just
Slow car ahead.
the pressure. You basically are. No one bullies you into quitting, but like you bully yourself basically into quitting. And I've been there before myself. It's soul crushing.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 3.
There's like not much you can really do. Because yeah, I mean, I'm not even that fast in Iris. I mean, I've done in the Enduro we've done, I was the fastest driver still in the lineup. I mean, I did pip Dan and Chris for the fastest laps in each of the respective races. But then again, I would hope I do that in some ways. Yeah, I mean, if you've looked at the in Iris on the ACC LFM chat, like, who was it again who wrote in there? Chatting about lap times are just absurdly fast. I don't remember who it was. One of our really good Alpha Factor 2 drivers. Jake, I think it was. I think it was Denahan, actually. I'm not... It was anyway. Monza times are just out of this world, and like someone else just being like, yeah, this is fine. I'm like looking at this, what the actual fuck are you guys on about? This isn't human. The funniest part is that they don't even really engage with ACC. Outside of just shouting a bit in the LFM chat. I mean, kind of why I dislike driving an LFM in general, maybe.
Car on the left.
Because, you know,
Left. Yellow
this is the mindset of people that you meet there. People just grind till the end of days to get the best pace possible. It's nice when you can just source the setups off them, but like, they don't provide that often setups for you. Oh yeah, reminds me, I forgot to actually post the GIF you found of the Team Iris car spinning in iRacing. I really didn't know anybody was running any Iris liveries into iRacing. I mean, I sure know that some people play the iRental on Iris, but like, not that many either. So, yeah. On the other hand, it wasn't MX5, so like, even if you just purchase a 3-month subscription, you basically end up with one driving that thing. I mean, we shall see when Le Mans Ultimate drops, how the team responds to that. RF2 is getting to the end of its lifespan, so yeah, we shall see. But like, there's a decent chance if RF2 dies and Le Mans Ultimate does the inevitable flopping hard on its face, that quite a few of these people just quit sim racing altogether. They might have been as long as me doing sim racing, but man, some of these have been here a long time. Some of them actually have been as long as I have. Roy McDuff, for example. It was one of the interesting things with the... Well, one of the BMW in front has a drive-through from track limit, so that's free position now. But yeah, Ryan McDuff, I think it was, who drove with me in the LMP2 at Le Mans this last year, actually, no? In GES. Yeah, we've had raced before against each other, never with each other. He at this point is a former esports driver for Factor 2, so I could never get even close on the lap times, and the car never felt like a car to me. I mean, I drove it through utter hellish conditions in the rain, but like, that wasn't quite right. It was very different to Bahrain, where I was doing still okay-ish in Factor 2. ELC Bahrain, where like I wasn't quite as fast as Wesley, but like I was still doing okay and leading 1-2 easily. Not on any threats. And the car felt like a race car. You did notice the lack of fidelity Factor 2 had compared to ACC with the McLaren 720S, but it's like... What's the... Another car in front of me has a drive-through. Are we just gaining positions because everybody in front of us is getting drive-throughs? And nobody's pitting so far. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of these guys have actually done a pit service, but... Considering how many drive-throughs I'm actually seeing pop up right now. Yeah, let's read a bit. From the team.
Gaining on the driver ahead in sector 3.
I might have at one point done a 24-hour race at Daytona alone, but like, man, I'm already getting kind of dizzy with this track. We're only 27 laps in. Not 700. But this layout is just awful. They only have me there because of you. That as they wouldn't... If you didn't bring me... That's the last minute replacement. Yeah, but... You know, no one really in the team would actually... I mean, there are people that come into the team, I guess, without being brought in as a like, last minute replacement for some event. But I'm not part of those hiring decisions. The ACC side consists 90% out of R-Factor 2 drivers that had said, yo, I'm kinda interested in ACC, but then never drive in an event. And then the other the remaining 10% is like you and Greg. And technically Asa was in that category as well. Drivers that I have dragged along with me. It's not like hard to get a driver through, like, but still. I mean, I usually recruit my drivers by requesting them driving with them as a last minute replacement, but you know. It's how I hire people. At least in the past, that was my hiring strategy, kind of. You know, I was constantly in need of a driver for the next event. Oh yeah, we're coming up to lap actually the other NSX driver. Oh man. That's not good. I mean, my tires are decently shot at this point, but we have to last another 30-some minutes before we can pit finally. I'm getting onto a fresh pair of socks. Yeah, but yeah, to reformulate my point that I was trying to make, no one is hiring in Team Iris for ACC. Absolutely no one. You're not bringing in drivers for ACC. This is just not happening. Only drivers that I bring along for ACC, and I don't bring that many drivers along. In comparison to the just sheer amount of R-Factor 2 drivers that are basically on a weekly basis hired. There's just more skin in the game, kind of. On the R-Factor 2 side. I don't know how many cars we actually have in, like, for example, VEC, but I know we definitely have some cars. Probably more than one. We have presence in some Formula 1 leagues in R-Factor 2. It's a bunch of stuff. We even have race engineers for those. Dedicated just engineers. You might have seen, I think at one point, the post of like, hey, we're looking for within Team Iris that like was looking for people who can do the race engineering part. Well, me as an endurance guy, it usually ends up being that I engineer of the car, Or heck, even while I'm in the car. It's kind of the funny part. I regularly out-engineer people that are driving against me. Oh, the different. Time together, but depending on how but we will see. Fair enough, I suppose. I mean, it's... I don't know what I'm doing the next 3 months either. To approach one thing after the other. To not overwhelm myself completely. I continue to not run after people if they don't want to run events. It sucks that a lot of ACC drivers and teams love to sign up for events months and months and months beforehand. So you have to... I mean, this event here, for example, that I'm driving in right now, I am entered as a wildcard entry here, which I luckily did a few days ago, which meant SimGrid didn't just remove my entry, luckily, because there were like 52 people out of 50 signed up for this event, and we ended up with like 35 or something turn up, which is just, what the hell's going on? That like there are like 10 people that just didn't turn up. I mean, I get it when there's like a one-off 100 driver Suzuka race, but like that you might get 100 signups and then like you lose a few, so you end up with like closer to 80 people on the server together. But that happens with like an overbooked grid of 50 cars and you still don't get the full grid. And it happens here, it happened in Track GT. And some of the people now in the pits. We're not pitting yet. We shall see how my stupid strategy works out for me. I mean, I'm likely slow. But, you know, the plan is just to save like 27 seconds worth of standing time at the pit stop. And while you are faster likely on a fresh set of tires, it's could be tricky to go that much faster. Although it's about a second per lap basically. For about an hour or so. DerGeneralFluff fuel, this is kind of doable. Rough idea for next few months, but depends on how it goes. I mean, I'm so clueless I don't even know what car I'm gonna mean. And I'm really getting Bentley vibes from this thing. I guess it's just when you're used to having a fast car and then suddenly have to, you know, compete with people on merit again. It's a slap in the face a bit. I mean, I'm used to usually operating on disadvantage prior to this, but now we're operating going from an advantage. Because again, I'm up to 3rd right now, Jesus. That's what pit cycle does to motherfucker. For a swearing ratio here. I love this NSX is actually particularly good at tires. But it is a decently, like, it doesn't handle like shit. I mean, I would like to try some alien setups on this thing, but I don't have any. The only thing I can turn out of aggressive presets in like a few minutes is, you know, not that unstable. But also likely not that good.
The car is exiting the pits, watch out.
That's not full position. Oh, the guy behind me is actually not, has a pit stop already up. That's why he's closing in. He's on fresh tires and... Luckily belongs further up than he is right now. I mean, if I can somehow steal the top 10 finish, that would be pretty neat. But still be a bit of a challenge. I don't know what this gap is here between. Yeah, I think right now I would drop out of the top 10 again. Pit stop. But I'm basically set to go to the end. Don't read chat messages when you're in the braking zone.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Falling behind to the car in front in sector 3.
How do I let this guy behind me by? Because there's no point in fighting him. He has done already one more pit stop than me. He's on the instant now. Well, that's one way.
Clear on the right.
But you can't like let me merge back onto the circuit. Okay. Definitely looking forward to whatever you have to. Well, it does put me now in debt to you. That's that I do need to definitely remember to gift you something for your birthday. I mean, not in that sense, I guess. That was probably not the right word. But I definitely feel obligated to gift you something in for your birthday.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
So obligated is probably the better one. The amount of drive-through people are serving is next level. I mean, I'm used to so much worse than this track. Honestly. I mean, I should discount it completely. It's perfectly possible for me to start violating the track limits again.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. There's some light damage on the left.
Fucking lapped car. I think that was the Bentley, the BMW was actually was in front of me early in the race. But no, I'm not. Go fuck yourself politely. You were too late. Oh. Need to turn the headlights on. Give me a moment. We're not running any low beam at all. Well, high beam is not necessary right now. Still turned it on before I forget late in the race. Yeah, we're losing so much ground for these fast guys here. We just do not have the magic glue on our tires that the others have. Rather, they're running less fuel, fresh tires.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Still not doing hot, in my opinion. We have to hold on another like 15 minutes or so. Probably can fit to go to the end of the race. I mean, not 15 minutes, we can probably pit in about 10. How much fuel do we actually need right now? 95 liters. We don't even have to fill full to get to the end. I will. I can pass me.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
You're welcome. Because there's just no point fighting this guy. And even though this cost me still time, likely way less than actually having to fight him. Probably want to increase the tire pressures for the pit stop. Also want to not repair or cut damage. Which we've amassed now 4.5 seconds. Due to the BMW wanting a chunk of our ass. It's taking none of that. So I'm not sure about your other teammates, but I kind of based my I typed this 5 minutes ago. I don't quite understand what you're trying to say with that sentence. Yeah, he's Tyler quite short at this point. Oh, come on.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Let's say I like a certain piece of armor. That's an interesting statement. But, you know, I shall let myself be surprised. With that, with my birthday present. Yeah, he's probably not gonna be happy considering our previous collision. Might be his fault, but doesn't matter. Yeah, I think we can go 5 up. Track is cooling out. We'll continue doing so for the rest of the race. Come on. Brakes, please. And yeah, I should ask Sven if he has any NSX setups. I would really like to try them before I decide to not drive this car. Because this is right now horrific what I'm dealing with. Car that like really doesn't like stopping. You know, why can't I just be a sensible person and continue driving the McLaren? It would make my life so much easier. But nah, I have to be like, no, not McLaren, I'm gonna try NSX. I mean, the only thing worse would be to pick the Bentley. Like, just return to... I mean, it wouldn't be the first time to return to something that, like, clearly didn't work the first time. And trying again to see that it still doesn't work. Hint the freaking KTM crossbow. How many times I shotgunned myself in the foot without the one is a statistic. And then did it also again with the Maserati, effectively.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
I should not fire them. It's just a waste of my time. He is a fucking asshole, but like, let's be real. Let's not waste our time with it. It's not worth it. Oh, come on, dude. Really not happy about that. Wait a minute, he's not actually the guy that I fought earlier in the race. Because that guy is about 20 seconds behind me, it's still the same strategy as me. So I'm not the only one on this strat. And the guy behind me has done his drive-through penalty. So that's why he's 20 seconds behind. He has further cars behind him for position.
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
Yeah, another carbon fiber. Starting to look at other cars. Yeah, fair enough. I really should set up a server of the LFM BOP and just try the different cars that way. And do another like roundhouse trip around the cars and see what does best with me. My likely prediction is I will end up with the McLaren again if I do that.
Slow car ahead.
I feel for another 4 minutes or so. 4 laps actually. Not minutes, laps. I mean, it's nearly 4 minutes. Oh, how fast the circuit laps itself. It's not as bad as like Road Atlanta, like. Yeah, you probably don't know this about me, but like I'm not the biggest fan of Road Atlanta. Like that track just makes you freaking dizzy. And if there's one corner that is like sketch on your setup, holy hell! What the hell is this guy doing?
Clear on the right.
And how the hell is he 14th? No, 24th. Oh, that makes a bit more sense. Still, I mean, I started 20th, and considering that guy is now 24th, what hell happened in this race? I mean, I'm probably dropping out of the top 10 as soon as I pit. The hope is that I come back in it once I do my final stop. Oh, brakes, please. Actually up to second now. Some people must have done their final pit stop even now. I haven't even done my first. Oh fuck. Fuck, that was way too fast. Let's see, can we escape without getting track limited for that? Yeah, we just got 2 invalidations, that's fine. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Right. I think we're gonna come in next lap.
There's a car leaving the pit lane. Watch out. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Hey, that's the other guy that was behind me, who just did his pit stop. That was like 20 seconds behind me. Position did he come out? 14th, okay, that's at least a decent idea for me. Where I will end up completing my full stop. Tires are configured, I just need my fuel numbers. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take 100 liters. That gives me about 5 liters of buffer, which is 2 laps worth of it. Once I can go down even further. Considering we have to do another pit stop and pick up 1 liter there. Can go a bit lower. And yeah, it should be fine. Right, pit stop time! Unfortunately we couldn't take the lead in this race ever, but you know, get to pit from P2 at least. And you know, getting into the lead on the pit stop cycle seems to be a bit cursed, as you might know. Okay, so you lay down and watch my stream on your phone. Good. I mean, that's what I did yesterday with watching Greg and Reska stream. I ended up completely missing Greg driving in that 3-hour race. Come on, let me off the jacks.
Mandatory stop is now clear. Let's go, 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 go.
The engine takes ages to actually fire up on this car. But yeah, they completely slept through Greg driving. Right, we're down to 11th. There's a bit of ground we can still make up due to us short stopping. And obviously we are now on fresh tires compared to everyone else. We might have more fuel than them in our car, but we have fresh tires on
There's a slow car ahead.
and fuel till the end effectively, or we all have to pit one more time. But I shall wait a bit before I do that stop. Although I don't think I will wait till the end of the race. Just wait till I get a few positions upwards again.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
And then we shall do that. The race leader is behind me now, and he has done one of his final stops. He has also a drive-through penalty. Right. Just over an hour to go in this race. Next race will be later at 2 AM. Need to check when that server goes live. Or if it like this practice starts at 2 AM later, like 15 minutes of practice. I need to check that later. And once that's checked,
Falling behind in the car in front in sector 3.
oh, this guy's not fast. I think not the first time I'm lapping him. He's letting me die. Thanks.
Car on the left. Clear on
I
the
don't
left.
think my indicators are gonna work if I try them. Just focus on driving. Someone is already in the pits there.
Well done, mate. Crossing fastest lap.
It doesn't make sense for me to pit a bit early because then, because my advantage is my shorter pit stop. So if they pit and end up behind me, I can stop them from overtaking me. But if I pit and
Yellow flag in sector
God, what are you doing?
3. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I mean, there weren't that many people who were slower than me in qualifying, but like Jesus Christ, there's some people who are really lost on the circuit. Maybe 2.4 hours is just too much for some people. For me, it's just a nice warm-up routine.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Yeah, seriously, some people are like really falling apart right now. We're up to 8th already. Oh yeah, that Ferrari that I just overtook there. That was for position, I think. Ferrari facing the wrong way there. Even though in front of me is not for position, but he's just gonna drive through. And he's pitting, that's nice. Don't have to deal with him. My pace is slightly increasing right now. Pretty sure my heart rate is right now pretty damn high. Man, my lap is really good. But not quite sub 34. 35, yeah. Not quite. The 35 barrier seems to remain denied for me. If everybody in front of me is on the short stint strat, then T6 is definitely possible. I think P5 isn't, they're probably too far up road, but like P6 is possible. There's obviously also taking into account whoever pitted already. Those people don't re-jump me effectively, which is very likely. As NSX is quite suffering in comparison to me. Not really able to make inroads. Question is, when do we do that final stop? Strategy 2 is very easy to adjust that to my liking because we need just 1 liter, no tires. Damage is still off, good. The amount of track limits you can get away on that corner is just criminal. Like, that wasn't even validated. It says right now I have 2 liters extra. So not really much of a margin right now.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Gaining on the car ahead is up to 3.
Guys behind can also go through again. I need to definitely consider pitting soon to get out of, to not have to fight the guy in front, because that will cost me a lot of time. I mean, I have my pit stop ready, I just need to come in and I immediately get service.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
set myself up for the end of the race. One liter. This should be enough, frankly. We have about 3 minutes worth of fuel extra. Come on, jack up.
Let's go, go, go. Car on the right. Faster car coming up behind you. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
He's fighting me immediately despite me having done my pit stop.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Goodbye.
Clear on the left.
Now we need to let the race leader by. Which, considering he was closing in on me prior to him having to do a drive-through and then me ending up still in front of him, he must have done like really well on that previous stint to match like the race leader's pace or something. Or he must have set another drive-through. Which I rate both as very much possibilities, you know? I would like to clear the traffic in front.
Car on the
Let's
left.
set the race leader by.
Clear on the left.
Actually, not set the race leader, it's P2.
Faster car.
There's another one. Having lap traffic like this is really annoying. Come on. I don't want to give up that much of space. I'm losing already enough time with you guys. And then he comes in, for fuck's sakes.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 2.
I don't know what happened in sector 2. I had to let 2 cars by. Could that be that I lost some time there? Sure. think P3 now under pressure. Race leaders in the pits. So now this has become the race leader in front of me, who I'm harassing. This means we will likely get back onto the lead lap soon. As soon as he pits and releases. And the 2 McLaren is also done with his pit stop, so it's actually someone I'm fighting for position in with. Genuinely. He's 1.5 seconds behind. So having the race leader right in front of me is not the greatest thing for me. I'm about to say he closed about 3/10 into a corner, but nope, he just overshot the corner completely and lost half a second. That's more like it. Is he gonna come in? No, still not. Still gonna sit in front of me. Oh fuck. Got away again with an invalidation. There's at least 2 guys in front of me that have already done their pit stops.
Slow car ahead.
So how much I can really gain is a bit limited at this point. There's still 40 minutes on the clock. There's definitely one of the guys now in the pits. And he's coming in as well. It's great. Clear for me now. Eight now. How high can we climb and how long can I hold the McLaren behind me? Those are 2 very good questions.
There's a slow car ahead.
That I frankly do not have an answer quite yet for.
Slow car ahead.
Was a bit sideways. And McLaren is gaining quite quickly on me. Sorry, I passed out for a little while. What did I say? What happened to me when watching Reska and Greg do Daytona 3 hour? Yeah, precisely that happened. Although you slept for significantly less than me. But yeah, we've done our final stop. Others have not quite done that yet. But the guy behind me is for actual position. Has also done his final stop. Nice. Definitely has some pace. Him a comfort streamer, oh, that's cute.
There's a slow car ahead.
Misano ASMR. Oh, the McLaren lost it. Well, that makes it easier. He just drove into a corner a bit too hard and then just lost it. Well, I'm going towards 36s again. Pace is falling off a bit. Let's see, I did estimate we might end up in P6. If everything goes right. We shall see.
There's a slow car ahead.
I'm not sure, maybe we get P7. I don't have the full leaderboard available, and I think whoever's right now in P4 is the guy who I thought was still in range for me to get the position of. I think everyone else is too far ahead then. Although that guy could be going for the same strat at this point as me. There's only half an hour to go at this point. Closer to the end you get, the more likely someone is playing the same strat as me. So just do one full service, and the rest of the other pit stop is just splash a liter in and go. We do get a position now on a Lambo.
Clear on the left.
I'm still missing a certain Ferrari at this point.
Slow car ahead.
This lap is slow. Like, awfully slow. Need to focus again. Get the pace back down. How many of time am I lapping now the poor second NSX? Yeah, Ryan Sullivan. Let's see what his strategy will be. If he pits anytime soon for full service. Cuddling you into to ramble softly into my ears. Into my ears, close my eyes. Aww. Very cute. Very adorable. Fuck, that was a bit fast. Lucas, you need to focus. Stop throwing away time and everything. Need to get back into the 35s. McLaren will otherwise come back, and he's already back to 6 seconds. Actually, it's not a McLaren, it's fucking Lambo. Yeah, I think I might not actually get P6, even if he does full service. Although actually, he is 30 something seconds in front, 34 seconds. Yeah, he's now actually dropped, so I actually have the gap now to P6 in front. The guy who hasn't pitted yet. The thing is, though, sure, I'm at the other side of the circuit and I need the info that someone has exits the pit lane. Now that's a new one. But brother in Christ, I'm like as far away from the pit exit as, well, not as possible, but like, oh yeah, he's now in the pits. Let's see what his strat is. He likely will go for the drive-through. My assumption. Just go for the splash. This point. You just don't know when he last pitted. Okay, yes, he has done his pit service now. And I'm just coming up to start finish. But it's gonna get tight because he has...
Yellow flag in sector 3. Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
Short of pit exit, obviously. But I think we just about beat him out. We have, however, still the one guy who has also not pitted. Who's effectively the race leader currently due to that. But wouldn't be as soon as he pits. But yeah, Sullivan ended up behind Tempera. So we have gone up to P6. But we have to hold on for another 27 minutes. And they're 4 seconds behind me. This is not good. Why do people use the in-game chat? I mean, I think this leak doesn't actually prohibit the use of in-game chat, it's just... Oh, you shouldn't be toxic.
There's a car exiting pit lane.
And this guy is just refusing to just come into the pit, get his stop done. Okay, someone's complaining now, finally. Oh, the Lambo behind has gotten a drive-through for track limits, so that makes my life slightly easier. Still means the other guy, although that guy, Sullivan, very likely hasn't changed tires. He was only 34 seconds in front of me when he came in. He didn't do a splash, I'm pretty sure. He did actually do a bit more service, but like but I think he just took like what a bit more fuel, but he didn't change tires. So at least we are likely on similar tires, so I should be able to hold up against him a bit better. It's however a bit infuriating if this guy just doesn't, you know, decide, oh yeah, there's somebody in front of me, just decides that, hey, it's... You know, there's a perfectly fine option. You go into the pit lane. You have one more stop remaining that you need to do. And I'm done. Like, this is just nonsense. I did this earlier in the race.
Watch out.
You're likely on the same strat even as me. It's just I did my splash earlier because I just didn't want to deal with traffic. And you have to acknowledge that I'm like not much slower than you. That you can't really justify me letting you by. Heck, I think he's right now getting overtaken nearly by another car. And that's how bad it is. Yeah, he's dropped back quite significantly. Just do the sensible thing, come into the pit lane and get pit service. Still not. Okay, fine. You wanna continue being stupid, then be my guest, I guess. Tempura is also still not coming into his pits to do his drive-through at that point. Well, at least it seemed like. He did come in. Like, he's driving worse and worse, the guy behind me. I mean, if I did have still a pit stop myself left, I would just yank myself into the pit lane to get out of the way. Because this guy is, at this point, a complete threat. I don't want to give up any valuable gap at this point. Even though I think as I said, O'Sullivan seems to be on the same strat as me, so I don't think I'm threatened by him right now. We are relatively safe in our P6. And he's the last guy in the front group who hasn't pitted yet. And I'm definitely not getting his position. As long as he doesn't, like, you know, pick up a stop go 30 on his way into out of the pit lane. You know. As long as he doesn't do that. He should remain in front of me. And also, dude, if you can't actually get away with, you know, getting the 130-second time penalty. You will at least drop 5 positions in the process of doing that. Just do the splash and stop getting agitated at A. Okay. Oh fuck, I fucked up. He's gonna use that. Wasn't able to because he was so far back that I could even miss a corner and then he's... Okay, I'm slowed there a bit. Focus, you still need to drive here fast. Especially because this guy behind me and I just do not want to yield him.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 2.
He's gonna send it, isn't he?
Car on the left.
Fine.
Slow car ahead.
As long as you don't hold me up, I won't find you any further. I'm gonna move out of the slipstream just to stop gaining on you. Oh, for fuck's sake, I keep gaining still. Ferrari's not fast. But hey, I'm back into a car that has straight line speed, you know? That's neat. Oh, finally, you fucking dipshit idiot! Fucking asshole. Get fucked, dude. Like, why couldn't you just pit beforehand? Oh, you need to overtake me. To prove, like, whatever point you need to. I mean, it at least didn't matter really for my race, but like, bruh. was completely unnecessary, a waste of everyone's time.
Slow car ahead. There's a slow car ahead. Falling behind to the car in front in sector 2. Slow car ahead.
Yeah, it's impressive how far I've gotten up this grid. Started 20th and within 2 hours on my way in P6. Decent start, but having to avoid traffic there and losing some positions, but importantly I didn't get any damage really from that incident. think I'm the first non-Ferrari and Porsche in the top 10 right now. Although I don't know about the race leader, that might be a McLaren. In any case, the other cars are Ferraris and Porsches. So much for the BOP. People just still drive those cars. Well, I came something different, yeah.
There's a slow car ahead.
Fuck, too late.
Slow car ahead.
Why are you so cute? No, you. I'm not cute. The rules stipulate that.
Losing to the car ahead is sector 1.
Anyone called cute has to go bratty mode about it. I mean, I'm not really not that cute. I'm very tired, I would say. But not really tired, if that makes sense. I feel very done. The race hasn't exhausted me. It's mainly mentally drained me. But despite that we're running P6 now, it's just... Man, I don't have pace. And just a bunch of other pressures that have been mounting on me again.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
They look great. Might not be right now doom and gloom in this race anymore, but like... Man, it did look good, particularly at the start. Or before it started. Oh, what the hell are you doing?
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
There's some drivers that are like completely just lost on the circuit. That cost me a full second there. It's just shitty traffic.
There's a slow car ahead.
Yeah. Not cute. many laps have we completed? 83. There's 7 minutes remaining. We won't hit the 100 lap club, unfortunately. This race. Also, fortunately, because Christ, I don't think I will last another 10 laps on this circuit. This is just torture. I feel so much more done with this than the Trackalicious one, despite I think I drove longer the Trackalicious one after you handed the car back to me. Yeah, right, you did start the race in Trackalicious and drove 2 stints. And then I drove the other 3 stints. Which meant I drove about... what is that? 3 and 3/4 of an hour, basically, nearly. Single sitting. And this is only like under 2.5 hours, so it's like, yeah, how can I be more exhausted basically from this? I'm not really exhausted physically, it's just, I don't know, I just feel mentally done with it. It's also weird considering how much Trackalicious was a pain. Although I guess that was still at least gave me something that I could fight for the entire time trying to run the guy down, even though we go out so far, and in the end it doesn't even matter. Fucked up the first part of the line. Oh, P4 has a drive-through, but I don't think I'm gonna catch them. Considering P5 is 45 seconds ahead of me. Like, literally, basically, pit stop in front of me. Not quite. Can't do full service with that, but like, well, it's a lot. And he's in the pit lane already at this point. Unsurprisingly enough. Yeah, he's obviously gonna exit closer to me. If he collects another drive-through, he will drop the position more likely to me. But I don't know, I think the drive-through is like 20 seconds on the circuits. I don't quite remember. It's a long pit lane, but you also skip turn 1, turn 2. Which helps also. And it's not like the longest straight. Yeah, he's out now. And he's about 20 seconds now ahead of me. So yeah, that's about 25 seconds worth for drive-through. Gives an idea of how much pit service the O'Sullivan did behind me. Considering he was about 35 seconds ahead of me. He must have lost like 10 seconds on the stop. Granted, there's time lost through stopping, getting up the jacks, nozzle insertion and removal for the pit stop. So, you lose some seconds, but like not 10. Usually not. He is starting to wind me down, but like, we're under 3 minutes to go. I have over 5 laps of fuel remaining. Fuck, I broke too late again. This corner's starting to get me. What's that? Absolutely just lost the position on track. No, he's fighting on track with a certain BMW driver. Who is also on the same strat as me, but like just... he ended up serving at least 1 drive-through penalty. Considering he's a lap down, likely a few more than none. So, you know, if this championship wouldn't have run here, and it's at some other circuit where it's not as easy to collect drive-throughs, I would have likely not done as well. On the other hand, I might have done a bit better if this track wasn't Misano, where I seem to suck balls at.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag in sector 1.
We're likely looking at 2 laps to go at this point.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
Precisely. Luckily we do have enough fuel. I did look at some point prior to my splash and dash relatively close on fuel. But we have 4 laps including this one of fuel. So we'll finish with
Slow
more
car
than
ahead.
enough. I don't even know where the car was that was causing slow white flag there. Right, 1 lap to go. Actually, we have just under 3 laps of fuel remaining. Ah, whatever. It's fine. 2 laps of fuel to 9.9 laps of fuel is still more than enough to finish this race.
The leader has finished the race.
Right, there we go.
Alright, mate. Race is over. Good job. You did the best you could. Take it easy indeed.
I mean, if that's the best I can, then that's a bit embarrassing. Yeah, Dubos won and a McLaren, so I'm the fourth different manufacturer in this on the grid. McLaren, Ferrari, Porsche, 2 further Ferraris, and then a Honda. Another Ferrari, 2 Lamborghinis, another McLaren to round the top 10 out. First BMW down in P13, and the other Honda in P19. There's no further manufacturers as far as I can see. Let's pull the car over. I want to have some of the telemetry at least. Right. Man, there's a bunch of retirements. Wait, did... No, Qualy finished P2 after pitting behind me, in front of me. Well, that's fun. One of the many McFerraris. Tedder really fell off there towards the end of the race. He didn't even get an extra lap. Because he was behind me at the start of my stint, but like he just fell off hard. Right, so here's the fun part.
Green light, go, go, go.
Let's check the tire wear. There's some light graining all the way around. Some light blisters on the rear left even, in the first set. Second set, much less wear, light graining front tires only. Well, that's probably why I was really struggling towards the end of the first stint. The pace was just completely gone. And then second stint, the graining was only lightly in the front. There's a lot of wear, cambered wear on the rear tires. The front tires not quite as much. Despite I think I've reduced the camber on this setup. But still, just like it wasn't enough. There was still so much cambered wear. The inside wear was so much more. So I'll just, I guess, take some out of that one. Otherwise, I think the setup is ready to be saved again. Yeah, we ran TC up at 4. And the brake bias at 51.8. Those were the settings that I ran in the end. So, NSX Ms. Not JSX. NSX. Can't even spell correctly. NSX Misano 01. Save. So, now that wraps up this race. Right. So that wraps up this event. We will then check on the next event when that precisely will be. Although you, John, will be likely either in bed or you're heading to work. I don't want to do this. I mean, if you aren't, I mean, you technically are lying in bed if your description is still correct. But like, man, there's a decent likelihood you're just gonna. If you aren't already asleep, you're gonna definitely be asleep when I be back in only about 3 hours. It's only 3 hours at this point. I wanted to actually lay down a bit, but you know, it's 2.4 hours, so it took its time. We don't have any schedule info on this one either, which is fun. I love when leaks can't figure that part out. Like, there is an option for a good reason for it to put the schedule into your races tab, you know? I kind of need to go to the toilet. Self-balance. Barcelona sub 1 minute 45. I don't know how fast I am at Barcelona. Imola sub 1 minute 44. I did watch recently, what is it? History Rioma. Our friendly Malaysian. Got games on your phone. Alright, but yeah, let's teammate Tinder. Delta Racing League has a teammate Tinder channel for teams recruiting drivers, you know. And it has an eggplant emoji. It'll name. God damn it, that's just right. Challenge season 1. Where would that go, right? I guess it's the NA championship. Because, well, technically, yeah, we're going to Brands as the first round. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yes, Brands. Yeah, we're driving Brands as the first round of the championship. Right, it does say 2 a.m. my time. I would like to wrap the stream up before I go to the toilet. So this is just a bit dicey right now. What time is it? Right now, 11 p.m. my time. Internationally it is 11 p.m. my time. The event will be 2 a.m. So as I said, in about 3 hours. I'm just trying to figure out right now if practice is beforehand or after, because this is just something that is very difficult for some leagues to figure out. Just, you know. Set for race day. The entry list has been updated. If you're unable to run, you're likely on the wait list. Okay. Good for that info. Let's see how many people are signed up right now for this one. I mean, there's 25 AMs and 26 pros. Yeah, as I said, Ryoma was doing like 42s on that track, and I know I should be faster than Ryoma, right? Not the insults of the guy, he's actually relatively good. It seems nobody's actually on the wait list at all, but I mean, they might have just... I should perhaps load into the game and check if I can join the server. Because they do say that they have the server up already. Okay. So things, we'll hit the coverage in 3 days to kick off season 1 of the DRL World Challenge. Yeah, I should probably have the chat up as well. Just gonna stay up to watch QD race or sleep. Just sleep, man. I kind of intend to sleep myself, but you know, I don't think there's quite enough time really for that. So I'm trying to figure it right now. So they're doing split quali. Nothing surprising there. They seem to, however, not have they don't announce a practice session at all anyway. So I think the server will go live at 2 a.m. The server is live, I think, but like the session will go live at 2 a.m. right? So, and I think I will try if I can join the server in a moment, after I go offline now. But yeah, I will now wrap the stream up. I shall be back in about 3 hours, and Jordan, I suggest you to sleep. Go get some rest. I mean, if you're somehow still awake in 3 hours, then sure. I don't mind you showing it, but like, you should probably sleep. And I shall see if I can get more pace out of this car at Brandt's. Right. Because I can definitely not make it up as many positions by just, you know, not fucking up. Yeah. I think it's a 1 hour race also. So it's a lot shorter. Midwest Chicago, anyone welcome to participate? I do regard sub 300 over dangerous latency. We should stay for sub 300 with a Chicago server. Still, it's like, why is it so difficult to do scheduling? Yeah, 60 minutes race with mandatory stop for fuel and tires. 1. Right, there's so basically, you know, V-Track last season rules. Well, actually, it's probably Track GT also is currently still runs this rule set. I mean, V-Track next season will have 25-minute race sprints. I know of that already, so right. Good. I think now it's time before I actually get to hug you for shaking my head. Aww. Well then. Aww. Well then. Good night. Bye bye.